MRW talking. NBA season tip off, the Warriors versus the Spurs. Apparently, Clay did not get Barkley's memo on him being the best player in the NBA, as Barkley so put it in his ever so eloquent words. That was a blowout. 29 points. Wow. But here's why I'm not worried. All right. I'm not a hardcore Warriors fan, but I'm still not worried. The Warriors had a huge turnover. Half the roster that was there last year is not there this year. So some of you may say, well, other teams have had huge turnovers like that in the past, and chemistry issues weren't so big, right? Going into the next season. Well, here's why the chemistry issues will be big. The Warriors will still win a lot of games, quite a few games over 60, right? If I had to set my over and under right at 60, I'm taking the over. Okay. Zaza Pachulia is not a rim protector, right? And it really, and I really had to think about that for a while, and it wasn't really, I didn't really think about it in those terms until I heard about it, right? That this guy is not a rim protector. Now, in the Hawks, I saw very few Hawks game last year and the year before last, but his sheer size and the fact that he was in the starting five suggested to me that he was a somewhat of a rim protector. Top five, no, but a serviceable rim protector, yes. It looks like he's not that guy, but this is why I think they had to put David West, right? And this likely won't happen, but David West is a rock, right? He's not going to meet you at the rim. He's not going to meet Anthony Davis at the rim. It's just not going to happen. But he is a rock, right? Similar to what Dennis Rodman was for the Bulls all those years, and even going back to those bad boy days. If you remember those great Bulls team, when they went against Shaq in his early years, or even Shaq when he was at LA, Shaq had a difficult time. Rodman and Hakeem Olajuwon were the two best at guarding Shaq, the two. And they weren't even the biggest. They were bigger guys. They were guys nearly as big as Shaq during his heyday, but they could not guard him. He just posterized it. I mean, even Yao Ming could not guard Shaq as well as Rodman, and the Dream could. So West, to me, reminds me of a Rodman. He doesn't quite have the foot speed, but he's chiseled. I mean, if you've seen David West, then you know what I'm talking about. He is chiseled from stone. He doesn't have to jump. He just has to predict where you are going to go. That's it. That's all. He doesn't even, I mean, I know what you're thinking. Well, if everyone can do that, then everyone would be a great defender. Wrong. Most defenders in the league are, well, number one, defense to many people is not even skill. It's more of a will thing, right? You just have to want it, and somehow you will magically develop footwork into making you this great defender. And it's BS. Defense, there's a skill to it. There's a skill. Why do you think so many players why do you think a player like Rodman could D up a Shaq, nearly shut him down, right? Why do you think that is? You think it's just sheer will? Rodman was 6'8", weighing in at about 250, and was chiseled. He was chiseled much in the same way that David West is, which is why you can put West at the 5. You can. The whole point of being a rim protector is that you are stopping guys right at the rim. You don't need to jump 6 feet in the air to block the shot into the third or fourth row. You just have to stand there. Think about this. In modern day times, I mean, the most valued shot is a 3-point shot. Second most valued shot, the layup. The least valued shot is a mid-range. He only needs to meet you midway. So once a player like John Wall puts that ball to the floor, And if you've seen a John Wall, I watched a 15-minute John Wall highlight mixtape about a month ago. Uh, he does not have a mid-range game. It's the same thing with like Westbrook, right? They don't have mid-range games. They can make a shot here and there, but their games are really predicated towards it's a downhill, nose to the ground, drive hard, drive fast type of move. So a player like David West just doesn't need to jump. I mean, have you seen the way Westbrook finishes at the rim sometimes? I mean, just in the past 2 years, he's been able to get his speed and body movement under control, but he's still prone to making mistakes. And I think that a player like David West can bring out some of those mistakes that we haven't seen as much from Westbrook in the past 2 years. Again, they're likely not going to be able to bring in a primetime shot blocker. JaVale McGee, super athletic, very tall, but it takes skill to protect the rim. And he is neither the guy that's going to protect the rim based on supreme footwork and body movement. He doesn't do a good well of meeting guys at the rim like, say, a DJ does, DeAndre Jordan with Clippers. And I bring his name up because in terms of physical talent, McGee is as good. He's every bit the physical specimen that DeAndre Jordan is, but yet he hasn't been able to sort of fit that talent into a usable skill consistent enough to get Tick out there on the floor. So I get it. I get what the analysts are saying as far as Pachulia is not the guy, but he can pass. But all they need to do is to just draw fouls. You can still draw fouls. You don't have to get the block shot. You don't have to get the steal. Make the guy miss and get fouls. Get those charges, get those charging fouls called. That's all you need to do. Because they're not, they can only afford to spread the money. There's a salary cap. So granted, they could not keep, Ezeli. They could not keep, Bogut. I wish they could have kept Bogut. I think we can all agree that Harrison Barnes, okay, fine. He had to go. He couldn't have stayed. Some say Ezeli should have stayed. I say not. I watched Ezeli, and he just does not have. He doesn't have as good a feel for the game as, say, a Bogut, right? And I don't know if he will ever have. He doesn't. I don't think he'll ever be a what's the power forward that plays for the Wizards, Nene Hilario, right? Nene. I don't think he's going to ever have anywhere near a feel for the game as Nene, but if you do have like a really good guard, if you have really good playmakers, they can get him the ball in space or above the rim, right? But Bogut, they really needed him, but at the same time, who was going to take the pay cut, right? Who was going to take the pay cut? You knew the offseason was happening. I'm sure there were discussions about this concerning possible pay cuts. If they couldn't get it right in one whole season, then they weren't going to get it right at the start of NBA free agency. It just wasn't going to happen. So I get it. Someone argue that, look, why would you add to something that you already are great at? Like, what's the incentive? Well, keep in mind, KD, other than being able to play out on the perimeter and bomb threes between the 3-point line and half court line, he can play the 5 or 4 in a small ball lineup, right? And I think that's what we're going to see more of. I do agree with someone who said that he is going to have to get way more rebounds than what he had, than what he averaged in OKC. Not as a sort of excess sort of stat, but it's going to be a necessity, right? Somewhere along the lines of like 10 rebounds or more, 10 to 12, right? As a necessity, mainly because Pachulia is not going to get you 13, 14 rebounds. All right. Wes, again, will get you toughness, high basketball IQ, but you need those rebounds. You're going to need block shots. And also, another reason why the Warriors lost against the Spurs 2 nights ago was from looking at the highlights in those games, right? When they get into a game like that, where the Spurs are just clamping down on the Warriors offense, right? They're stunting ball movement. They're knocking guys off pathways in an effort to get open off screens. They have to unleash Kevin Durant, right? He cannot be just another chink in the offense, another moving part. They have to unleash him. Fuck it. Let's just go with our best one-on-one options. Here's a ball. Take us home. That's what I did not see. He had a decent game, but it was too much within the offense. I think that allowing players to go one-on-one leads to fouls on the defense, right? It leads to fouls called on the defense. So hopefully the Warriors will see that. Warriors Nation, don't fear. They will get this right in a short period of time. Questions, comments below. What do you guys think? If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. Until next time.